Hiya, Manchester. I said hiya, Manchester. No, louder than that. Come on. Hiya, Manchester. Right, that's better. Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, it's my very great pleasure to welcome you to the Spirit of Manchester Awards 2019. Loud, no, that's not nearly loud enough. I know it's not just time for panto yet, but you can do better than that. Right, so tonight is the biggest audience we've ever had at the Spirit of Manchester Awards. So by definition, you must be the loudest, right? So now you've got to prove it. So I'm going to do the intro again, and you can do drums on the table, or you can make whatever noise you want, but I want to hear the biggest noise we have yet heard at one of these awards. So, welcome to the Spirit of Manchester Awards 2019! That's more like it. That's more like it, Manchester. I'm Mike Wilde, I'm the Chief Exec of Macc. Macc is a charity which is purely and simply here for one thing, Manchester. My job is to make more good stuff happen in this city. It's our job and our honour to support and encourage and cajole thousands of voluntary groups, volunteers, community organisations dotted all around the city. We help set up new organisations, we help them find funding, find resources, to help them do what they do best and then do it even better and do more of it and do that better as well. We help get local people involved in their communities. We run the city's volunteer centre. Did you know 110,000 people in this city volunteer every year? Isn't that amazing? 110,000, and add into that 60,000 or more unpaid carers. Let's not forget the carers, plus the hundreds of people who volunteer with the police, the NHS, the local authorities, all those schools, volunteers. There are thousands of people around this city who want to help each other. They are the heart and soul of our communities. And that's who we work with. We work with all of them, with all their groups and organisations to influence on things, to get people talking to each other. We build lots of collaborations and networks. And in fact, this room is a perfect example of it, because there are friends and partners and colleagues from the public sector, from the private sector, and of course, from Manchester's 3,394 strong voluntary community and social enterprise sector. That's what this room is all about. This is about diversity. It's not just the diversity of our communities, the diversity of our places. It's also of our organisations, our people, and our ideas. Macc aims to be an active, inspiring, influential, wonderful voice in the city to help bring all of that. And tonight is the highlight of our year, because tonight is when we invite you to join us, not just to applaud and celebrate, although we're going to do a lot of that. This is about standing up, saying what matters, to focus on the compassion and kindness and humanity that characterises all of this work, all the stuff you're going to hear about tonight. This is stuff which goes on in the community, sometimes a response to, more recently, probably in spite of some of the stuff that has been going on in our national politics and the power games, which have paralysed most of our government for the last few years and wasted so much potential. What we're celebrating tonight is people getting on and making their patch of the world better for everybody in it. So this evening is about hope. It's about hope that we can show a different way of doing things. There is inspiration ahead of you tonight, and there is an extra dimension for us at Macc tonight. So some of you will know, earlier this year there was a tender process by Manchester City Council and Manchester Health and Care Commissioning for the voluntary sector infrastructure support contract, which Macc delivers, and so we put in a bid. We won. That's 3 in a row for Macc. That means we've been doing this for 10 years. We're really, really chuffed to have a new 3-year funding contract. We scored 100%. I'm so chuffed, and we're really looking forward to working with all of you, continuing to do all this stuff, help make more wonderful things happen. Really, really chuffed that the council and the NHS are continuing to invest in supporting the sector through this sort of stuff. So that's enough from me. We now need to hear from our guest of honour to get the night officially underway. So it's my very great pleasure to invite to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Councillor Abid Chauhan, the Lord Mayor of Manchester.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to join Macc in welcoming you to the 2019 Spirit of Macc Awards ceremony. The Spirit of Macc Awards are an established and high-profile celebration of the incredible work, commitment, and achievements of organizations and individuals. Who work tirelessly for the benefit of Manchester and its diverse community. Since the first ever Spirit of Manchester Awards in 2013, the event has grown in terms of its popularity and its profile. Today, event is the largest Spirit of Manchester Awards for so far, a crowd of 400 invited guests. This year, awards have attracted 216 nominations for 14 awards categories that will be showcased throughout the evening. This shows how much we really do appreciate and recognize the vital role that the voluntary and community sector plays in the life of this wonderful city. It is only right that we should spend at least one evening each year celebrating the amazing achievements of the thousands of people who are active in local groups and voluntary organizations. In my role as a Lord Mayor, I do meet voluntary and community groups and their staff and volunteers, and I applaud their enthusiasm, commitment, and desire to help others and make a difference. I would like to congratulate each and every person and organizations that has nominated for one of the Spirit of Manchester Awards. I would also like to personally thank the thousands of volunteers and paid staff who work tirelessly to support local causes. These peoples and organizations, their volunteers or work are really an essential ingredients in the life and prosperity of our great city, Manchester. They help to maintain a huge range of services and resources which continue to serve to meet the current and emerging needs of our communities. I wish you all success for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I can't tell you how much it means to us in the voluntary sector that you've taken time out of what I know is an unbelievably busy schedule to applaud and celebrate with us. Now, before we go any further, we have a surprise, a little extra surprise for some of our friends in the room. I said this is a party. You can't have a party without a bit of music. So we're going to get the party going with a very special performance. So please welcome to the stage the Fingers United Sign Language Performance Choir. They've been hiding. Come on out, guys. Where are you? There they are. Let me get this up.
no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow.
Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby.
Oh, no, darling.
No wind, no rain, or winter cold can stop me, baby.
No, no, baby.
'Cause you are
If you're
my
ever in
love.
trouble, I'll be there on the double. Just send for me, oh, baby.
My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can. Don't you know that there
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. to me. You are a mystery, just like a dream. You are not what you see, just like a breath. No trust, no force can take me there. I'll take you there. It's like a dream to me. It's like a breath. I'll take you there. It's like a dream to me. Just like a breath, your voice can take me there. Just like news to me, you are a mystery. Just like a dream, you are not what you seem. Just like a breath, just your voice can take me there. Just like a breath, your voice can take me there. Just like news to me, you are a mystery. Just like a dream, you are not what you see. Just like a breath, just your voice can take me there. Your voice can take me
Right. We didn't get the Heart Help Support Group nominated this year, did we? Because I could do with them right now after that gap. Blimey. Heart in my mouth. Right, so how can I possibly follow that? I can tell you where the toilets and the fire exits are. Who wrote this script? Right. So, the toilets. If you need to take a comfort break during the evening, please feel free to do so. They're over there. Likewise, if you need to go to the bar to get a drink, just get up and go. The bar is open. If you leave it until the break, there will be a huge queue at the bar, believe me. If you're struggling to get back in, you can always buy extra raffle tickets to be helped back to your seat. Emergency exits are indicated by the green signs over there. There are no fire alarms planned, so if there is any smoke coming out, it's not a special effect. We haven't got dry ice. It is actually a fire and we need to get out. Photographs. We're delighted to welcome David McClanahan. Where is David? Oh, he's right in front of me down there. And Tiffany. Where's Tiffany? Where are you, Tiff? Over there, these lights, it's too bright. They're both helping us out with taking photographs this evening. Thanks. Both of them have volunteered to come along and help out, which is wonderful. But also, if you don't want to be captured in a photograph, it's quite difficult in a room like this. So if you don't wish the photograph to be used, you should have been given a yellow lanyard to wear when you arrived on reception. If you haven't got one of those, ask a member of the Macc team. They at least make sure we don't use any pictures if you don't want them. We have a couple of selfie frames around. Where are they? They're knocking around. There they are. The Macc team are parading them over at the back. Please take your photo with one of those during the evening. They're wonderful new ones designed by Tony, who's hiding over there doing all the tech stuff. We are webcasting tonight. So let's give a big cheer to the webcast viewing audience who are joining us live. Hello, everyone. So a huge thanks to our friends at Visair and Show Motion Media for helping us out with that. Please text your family and friends. We should have a link on the screen with the, no? Okay, we don't have a link. Well, if you go onto YouTube, it's on the Macc YouTube channel. That's disappeared as well. Oh, this is going well. Phones, please turn your phone on to silent. Don't turn them off because don't feel like you're being rude if you spend a bit of time using your phone this evening as well, because we want your help. As of tonight, until you leave this room, you are now the communications team for the voluntary and community sector in Manchester. So you have all volunteered for this evening. I know you didn't realise this. Tonight is about celebrating and applauding all that kindness, like I said, but we want to make more of it happen. So you can help by sharing the stories. So use any social media accounts that you've got, text your family and friends to tell them about some of the amazing things that are happening. That's the hashtag we're using for the evening, Spirit of MCR 19. Please help us share this. Last year, we actually got this trending nationally on Twitter. That doesn't happen to stuff in Manchester very often. There was an event earlier this week that trended nationally in Manchester, but we won't go into that. They've left now. But let's get everyone talking about Manchester. Let's get people up and down the country talking about the amazing stuff that's coming out of Manchester. So, there's another reason I want you to keep your phone handy, and I'll come back to that in a bit. We're going to try and finish bang on 10:30, which is difficult because there is a lot to get through, but we've done this before and we can do it again if the tech allows us to. This is the 7th Spirit of Manchester Awards, and over the years it's become a programme which Macc runs all throughout the year. It's not just the awards anymore. That, like I said, tell the story, engage more people, and just... our Spirit of Manchester programme is now all sorts of things. So last week you might have seen the Spirit of Manchester Stories campaign. Anyone see those? Where we were sharing stories of a day in the life of the voluntary sector in tackling things like climate change, taking action. Is Johnny Sadler here? He's supposed to be here. Where is he? Hi, Johnny. Yeah, so that was done in partnership with Manchester Climate Change Agency. We've got our Spirit of Manchester Business campaign, which is our call to businesses around the city to work on local causes, work with local organisations, and the Spirit of Manchester Fund, which is our fundraising campaign, which more later. But the awards night is when all of that comes together and we celebrate the stories of what's happening in communities and the people who are making that happen. So this is the voluntary sector's annual party now. Macc gets no funding for this, but we want to make it happen every year because the sector deserves a party, for one thing, but also it's our message of hope to each other, to everybody who's not in the room right now as well, because we want to broadcast this wide. That's why we've got you here. We've got all that technology. And even the way this evening happens is a collaboration. So it's not just us at Macc that do this. Like I've mentioned some of the partners we're working with. Have a look in the brochure that you've got on the table, because you'll see all the other supporters like Sheridan Suite who've helped make this evening happen. So a huge thank you from all of us at Macc to all of the supporters in the room and those who aren't here. Brilliant. Give them a huge round of applause. While we're doing that, we try to be very careful about the way we make this event. This isn't a black tie dinner. And I do that very deliberately. This is a party. We're holding this celebration at a time when out there, not a matter of yards away, there are our fellow citizens sleeping on the streets, and many of them now, as we've seen in research this week, dying on our streets through lack of a place to live or lack of support services or that sort of thing. Many of our organisations now have to run food banks because people in this wealthy country cannot afford to eat, or have to choose between eating or staying warm or finding a place to live, including, increasingly, people who are in paid employment. So we know that we must not turn our back on them. And that's what this evening is all about. It's also an act of compassion. It's about saying we are not turning away from this stuff. We are, in fact, working on it, because that is the hope that we can offer, a better life and a better kind of society. As the old song says, there may be trouble ahead. I'm not going to get into the politics of that too much, but tonight is also a bit of a breathing space, because we know that if things go the way they seem to be going, there may be a heck of a lot of work for us to do after the 31st of October, including the many advice organisations, support organisations. Who knows what's going to happen. So once tonight is over, back to the day job, everyone. Now, although this is a party, like I said, you are part of our comms team, so we're going to make you do a bit of work. We're going to ask you to do lots and lots of noise and to celebrate all our nominees and winners, to share all your reactions online, and we're going to ask you to give us a bit of money. But largely because we could want to give it away to other people. One of the things we try and do is raise a bit of money for the Spirit of Manchester Fund. You'll see there's a little leaflet about this on your desk. Desk? I'm back in the office. Oh, God. On your table. I said it was work. I'm just thinking them as desks. This is, during the last year, so we do a bit of fundraising as we go along, and during the last year we raised $3,500, which we gave out to local groups. So what's in that leaflet is what those groups did with the money that we raised at last year's event. Now, members of the Macc team are patrolling the venue, armed with raffle tickets, and they are going to try and get you to buy them. We have a fantastic selection of prizes. Raffle tickets are £1 each. These are the prizes over here, not the ones at the front, they're the trophies. There are 25 prizes. I'm supposed to get an ooh at that point. Ooh! Thank you, this is my inner Brucey coming out now. We reckon they must be worth at least £1,000, you know, when you add all the stuff together. So, you know, I really want to encourage you. And also for your own good, because there is cutthroat competition between the teams of Macc ticket sellers. Just so you know, we've got Angela and Karen over there, and they've chosen the name Poetry in Motion to celebrate National Poetry Day. Helen and Pauline, where are you? Over there. And Pauline's over there, who've chosen the name Ace. Clearly Sylvester McCoy fans, that's giving my inner geek away. And Victoria and Haley are the Dizzy Rafflers. I think that also wins best team name myself. The more tickets you buy, the more chance you have of winning one of our superb prizes. We're also going to be holding an auction of some items. So there is a Manchester City shirt signed by Otamendi. Oh, good. I'm glad some people know who that is. There is a Manchester United shirt signed by the entire team. And not to be outdone, we got another City shirt signed by their entire team. No bias. We've also got some matchroom inner ringside boxing tickets for Katie Taylor and for Anthony Croller's final fight. They're worth 250 quid each, so they're going up for auction later on. I have no idea what I have just been talking about because I don't do sport in any way whatsoever, but I'm glad you do. I said keep your phone handy because the other thing you can do to donate to the Spirit of Manchester Fund is send us a text donation. This is in the leaflet. It's Spirit of MCR, and you text that to 70450, and that automatically gives £3 into the fund. And you can top that up with gift aid. That's a new text giving service for any voluntary organisations in the room. It's a good one. It's free. Macc will not take 1 penny of the money we raise tonight. I make no apology for asking for money because it helps make stuff happen. But actually, it's the last thing we want to talk about. What we really want to talk about is the causes, the issues, the stuff that we do, and that's where we're going next. How many of you have been to one of these before? Go on. Yeah, quite a few, but a lot more who haven't this year. That's really good. I love it when people come to this for the first time because you will think differently after this evening, believe me. If you've not been before, I need to tell you a bit about how it works. So, earlier this year, we sent out an invitation across the city to suggest potential nominees in categories chosen by Macc. Macc chooses the categories. That's actually the only bit we control. We choose those categories to highlight things that we think are important about the way charities and community groups and social enterprises work. And I'll tell you a bit about why as we go through each one. Now, as the Lord Mayor said, we had quite a lot of nominations this year. In the first year we did this, we got 70. This year, 216. That's amazing. In all categories, from all communities, all across Manchester. And I am always amazed by those nominations because when you read, I live and breathe this stuff. This is what I do. But I'm still knocked out every year by the amazing stuff. So thank you to everybody who took the time to send us a nomination and tell us a great story. We then put together a panel of judges who give up their time, and this is a job that gets bigger and bigger every year, I'm delighted to say, to read through all those nominations and do a short list for tonight. So before we go any further, I'd like us to thank the judges. So, Des Lynch from Wood Street Mission, who's not here tonight. Sahil Munshi from Manchester Local Care Organisation, who's not here tonight. Holly Gaffney from Lloyds Bank. Where are you, Holly? Hello, Holly. Nick Stodgich from Cranfield Trust. He's over there. Judy Collins, who couldn't make it tonight, and Jez Myers, the man himself, right down at the front. You'll notice Macc doesn't vote as a judge. Our role is to organise the party. That's what we do. We don't make any decisions about who gets shortlisted. We don't make any decisions about who wins, because that's what you're going to do this evening. And you have some very difficult decisions to make. So you want to know how you're going to do that. Over the summer, we have used that shortlist to train the organisations of volunteers on how to make little films. So each one will be telling their own story, because we want their voices to be heard. We want them to be the stars of the show, not us. And we don't want it just to be in writing. So we've trained all of them to make a little film. That means they get all those skills and everything which they can use in their future. So I want to thank the members of the Macc team particularly who helped do all this. So thanks to Tony, Helen, and Jack for pulling all the films together. There are over 35 films to pull together every year. It's a big job. Now, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to introduce each category, and we'll welcome up to the stage the shortlisted candidates. You take a look at the films, then you get to vote. And my glamorous assistants here, look at this. Star quality. This is Martin and Barkery from Macc. They will calculate the result and announce the winner. Now, if you're worried about the voting system, don't. It's not connected to the internet. I haven't personally spoken to the president of Ukraine lately. Nothing like that has been going on. There has been no collusion. Please bear in mind, when you watch the films, they're very short. They're made under different circumstances by different people with different equipment. They're not intended to be professionally made Oscar-winning pictures. They are the stories. So pick the story that really sings to you, the one that you want to go home and tell people about. It's difficult to vote, I get that, but this is partly about thinking about some of those stories and making a decision. The voting itself, you'll see you've got little buttons, handsets on your table. Can everybody see those? As I go along, I'll explain which button you use to vote for which nominee. Now, this is the voluntary sector, so of course we have to do everything with limited resources, so it's 1 between 2. You're going to share, because we encourage sharing and kindness. That's part of the deal for the evening. So you'll actually vote in 2 rounds. You'll take it in turns. So you need to decide who's going first or second. You'll notice the handsets are also tied together with string. This is not because we don't trust you. It's just that sometimes they tend to fall into handbags or into pockets by accident. People pick them up with their phones. They're quite expensive. And it also makes it easier to collect them up as well. So it's not a reflection on anyone. And if you like our audience response system, please see Mr. Preston here. It's available for hire at very reasonable rates. Now, when we come to vote, I'll tell you when you can start voting, and you'll have 10 seconds. Doesn't sound like long, but literally all you're doing is pressing a button. You can do that in 10 seconds. There'll be a countdown. It's plenty of time. We've then reset the clock, pass the buttons on. Once they've totted up the scores, they'll pass me the details, and we'll announce the winner. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. So, dotted around the room, our colleagues from Macc. Can I ask them to stand up and make themselves known? Colleagues from Macc, and can we just give them a huge, huge round of applause, because they put this show on every year. It's an amazing piece of teamwork. I am so, so proud of them, and it's a joy to work with them. The only things they didn't do is build the venue. They didn't actually make the food themselves, and they're not doing the videoing for once, but we have done that in previous years, but it's a huge privilege. I also want to give a special shout out to Sarah, our Spirit of Manchester intern for the year. Where is she? She's somewhere over there. Or should be. Oh, she's over here. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah was our intern, funded through the University of Manchester scheme. She did some brilliant stuff. A lot of stuff that happened tonight was because of her. So, to help you get the hang of the voting, and to stop me rabbiting on for a bit, we're going to do a little test question. So you've got to decide who's going to vote first, right? Okay? No arguments, please. Be nice to each other. Defiantly kind. Now, so the test question. You'll see as the names on your tables, the actual names of the tables are organisations. And some of them might seem a bit old-fashioned, and that's because they are. This picture that we've got up, this Tale of Two Cities, a century of social action. Those are members of the original Manchester and Salford Council of Social Service. On the 22nd of July, 1919, Manchester and Salford Council of Social Service was founded to provide support to charities in Manchester and Salford. 100 years later, their successors are Macc and Salford CVS. And there's the Chief Exec of Salford CVS over there, Alison, my voluntary sector sister. And we held a joint event with the Gadham Centre, which is the oldest charity in Manchester. Gadham, as they're now known for short. Where are they? They're over there. Lynn, Chief Exec over there. 1834, Gadham was set up. So in July, exactly 100 years to the day, we celebrated a century of social action. So the groups on your table are all the original members. But other groups in Manchester are celebrating a birthday today. So your test question is, not today, this year, which of the following charities is celebrating a very special birthday this year? So you're going to press 1 if you think it was Wood Street Mission, 2 if you think it's Citizens Advice Manchester, or 3 if you think it's Anana, which is Manchester Bangladeshi Women's Organisation. So 1 for Wood Street Mission, 2 for Citizens Advice, and 3 for Anana. And start voting now. Okay. You ready? Has everybody pressed a button? Has everybody had a go? Are we done? Yep, that's round 1 done. So, the people who haven't voted, it's now your turn. And you start voting now. 1 for Wood Street Mission, 2 for Citizens Advice, and 3 for Manchester Bangladeshi Women's Organisation. Everybody voting? This is the easiest question all evening, by the way. It gets tough after this. Right? Have we got a result? Okay. This is the genius at work. Go on. Right? So the winning answer, Wood Street Mission. Actually, all of you were right. They're all celebrating a birthday. Wood Street Mission is celebrating 150 years. And the reason they're not here tonight is because they're having a party tonight. So, happy birthday, Wood Street Mission. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll pick that up. Citizens Advice have just celebrated 80 years with an event the other day. Bangladeshi Women's Organisation joined a whole host of organisations celebrating 30 years. We've got Manchester Mind. There's some of the colleagues over here. Yeah, Manchester Mind. Yin Circle, where are you? Circle's over here somewhere. African Caribbean Mental Health Service. We got anybody from there tonight? And Survivors Manchester celebrating its 10th birthday. I don't think Duncan's here this evening. Imagine. I was going to suggest we sing Happy Birthday, but that would take far too long because there's so many of them. Imagine the impact all those organisations have had over so many years and all the hard work that's gone on and the lives which have been changed. The only sad part of this is that they're still needed after all these years. Anyway, you see how the voting works? Yeah, you get it? It's just pressing a button and passing the thing along. Now, there's one last bit we need to rehearse before we start. There's lots of different ways of reacting to these stories that you're going to hear, and they're going to be quite moving, quite difficult. So I want to make sure that your audience appreciation skills are fully toned, your vocal cords are at peak position, peak performance. So when you see something moving and heartwarming, we all go, ah. Ah. Loud, oh, come on, better, everyone. Ah. And when you see something surprising and amazing, we all go, ah. That's it. And when sometimes you see some things that are going to make you so angry that in 2019 we should still be having to do them. And you go, ah! And all the pirates in the room will go, arr! Yes, Twitter, that was for you. But the most important noise I want to hear all night is the clapping and cheering. So we're going to try that again, just to give one last go. So, ready? I want you to start clapping as quietly as you can. Just put your hands together very, very quietly. And then you're going to get faster and louder, but not too loud. Very, very slowly. Get louder. Right? Ready? Up, up, up. And then in a minute, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for the big one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So that's the volume you've got to get to every time we bring one of these amazing people up on stage. So let's get on with the first category, which is Volunteer of the Year. The best bit of what we do at Macc is we get to meet amazing people doing fantastic things in communities with little or no recognition. And it's our absolute pleasure to introduce you to some of those people tonight. And where else would you start a celebration but with the fantastic volunteers who work in so many organisations, giving their time, their energy, their skills. 20% of the local population volunteers. And that number's increasing all the time. Times are hard, but there are more and more people who want to do something about it. So get ready with your voices and your hands and your clapping. To announce the nominees, I'm delighted to welcome to the stage the Deputy Chair of Macc, Janet Finucane.
Thank you. Good evening. What a wonderful occasion. I'd like to invite to the stage our nominees for this category. Elam Afzal. Cal Gil Farsi. Keep it going nice and loud. And Sammy Minshall.
Fantastic volunteer here at MMU. She's been involved in a huge amount of projects for her time at MMU and has been the only person to be awarded the full sports colours as a volunteer, which was an incredible honour, given for her really, really hard work in all the things that she's done. She's been involved in helping societies, sports teams with their events. She's been involved with the Taekwondo
really
Grand Prix, externally with GB
Congratulations for your
Taekwondo. She's also put on amazing events.
So we're
for
now
the
going to play the
course
films.
One of the greatest
If
things
the technology
she's also been
works.
involved in.
Fingers
She was
crossed.
the lead volunteer for. Sol is a fantastic volunteer here at MMU. She's been involved in a huge amount of projects. All their volunteer teams, running a huge team and event for the British University Taekwondo League Nationals, which again was a really, really great opportunity to help so many people within that unit, not only for herself but for other volunteers to kind of learn how to be volunteers as well. We've worked with Elle for many, many years now at the university, and she always brings so much experience and fun to the teams. She's always thrown herself into so many projects. We don't know how she manages to get it all done, but she really does a brilliant job of it. So best of luck, well done, Elle. University Taekwondo League Nationals, which again was a really, really great opportunity to help so many people within that unit, not only for herself but for other volunteers to kind of learn how to be volunteers as well. We've worked with Elle for many, many years now at the university, and she always brings so much experience and fun to the teams. She's always thrown herself into so many projects. We don't know how she manages to get it all done, but she really does a brilliant job of it. So best of luck, well done, Elle.
Work I've been doing started in 2017, so I decided to start growing. The work I've been doing started in 2017, so I decided to start growing extra fruit and vegetables to help the homeless, those suffering food poverty, and do all the work in my spare time. I'm working as an architect. I was working full-time up until recently, single parent to 2 children, so I tend to do it in the evenings at the weekends. I've taken on an extra half a plot this year, exclusively to grow fruit and vegetables for those who are struggling. So I donated a load of grapes to the homeless centres, and some of the people hadn't eaten fresh fruit for a while, like fresh grapes, and just looking at their face when they were eating the fruit, it was quite emotional actually for me.
And when giving the fresh fruit and vegetables to the people that work there, there's just such a nice smile on their face, and I really enjoy that because not all.
Hi, I'm Sammy Minshall, and I've been volunteering for many years now. Hi, I'm Sammy Minshall, and I've been volunteering for many years now, but in the last 3 years we've had a community grocer, which is helping people to budget better and affordable food for them when they're struggling. I've been involved in my community now for 25 years. I suppose I get many things out of volunteering. I can honestly actually say it's actually my life.
This house is special, and it's the people that make the difference. Sammy is exceptional. She's priceless. She's there for us. It doesn't matter what it is, and she gives us food. She cares about us. I thought nobody cared about us, but I was wrong. She cares from the heart, and she shows that through her actions, and that is the most important thing.
Even when you're going through things yourself, it makes me.
Isn't that fantastic? You now see what a difficult choice you've got ahead of you. So, to vote for Ellen, press 1. To vote for Cal, press 2. And to vote for Sammy, press 3. So start voting now. Make sure you vote as well, because on the last test one, we missed a few votes. Some of them didn't register for some reason. Okay, that's round 1 done. So if you've not voted yet, it's your turn now. So round 2, start voting now. Press 1 for Ellen, 2 for Cal, and 3 for Sammy. And I believe we're already trending in Manchester, so thank you for that. Keep it going. Let's make it national. Okay, I think we have a win. Right, so I'm going to pass back to Janet to announce.
And the winner, Volunteer of the Year, is Sammy Minshall. Keep that cheer going. Sammy. Congratulations, well done.
Thanks, everyone. You see why we do this now? You're getting the idea? While we're on the subject of volunteering, I just want to welcome a few special people as well. One of the projects we funded, you'll see through the Spirit of Manchester Fund this year, was the Manchester BME Network's Hidden Gems, celebrating people from a BME background who volunteer within the local neighbourhood, look after and care with each other. I am delighted all the winners are with us tonight. So can we put our hands together for the most compassionate winner, which was Oyowe Kigo? Most reliable, Maria Kampanowski. Most supportive, Diana Vayukionier. Most respectful, Madiha. Hello. Most dedicated, Daniel Mayers and Ricardo Rowe. And lifetime achievement for Keith Delroy Stevens. Where are you? Well done, everyone. It's a fantastic. Love that project. It's really good to see. So, next category is Volunteering Team of the Year. So this is one we introduced because we started getting nominations from groups of volunteers who come together and deliver fantastic work as a team. It's a perfect example of the power of collaboration and cooperation, one of our core values at Macc. People pooling their skills and talents to work together on a shared cause. Now, in the past, we've ended up with a bit of a stage invasion because some of these groups are quite big. So when we invite the nominees onto the stage, can I just suggest maybe 2 of you from each group, just because it can get quite crowded up here. And, you know, the winners, all of you can come up and we'll make sure everybody gets a group photo at some point during the evening. So, to announce the nominees and welcome them to the stage, Chief Exec of GADM and now one of Macc's trustees, Lynn Stafford.
Evening, everybody. So this is very exciting. So nominations for the Volunteering Team Award are Coffee for Craig, Fair Share Greater Manchester Volunteers Emerge, and Manchester Action on Street Health, MASH. Woo!
So where are you guys? Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. You're supposed to be on stage. Coffee for Craig, Fair Share Greater Manchester, and MASH. Come on. Picture time. Best smiles on. Right? Come on, let's encourage them. A bit more noise to get them on stage. Fantastic. These people deserve it. Okay, and we'll start playing the films now.
Volunteer for Coffee for Craig.
It's a great opportunity. I think it's a brilliant little charity, and obviously we give back to the community, a community that actually need it, vulnerable people who need it. It also gives me a sense of fulfilment as well. I feel like I'm a very lucky person. I've got a good job, I've got a solid family, and spending some of my time giving back to those less fortunate is just a fantastic opportunity.
Normally I'm in the kitchen, but we all kind of share the responsibility, so I try and, if we get the chance, to have a conversation with the guys that come in. It's great, and the greatest thing is seeing how it's grown and evolved from the days of being out on the streets and the cathedral gardens in the rain and all weather conditions, and seeing it grown and getting so much support and actually have a sit down. I think that's been really, really satisfying. Really gives me a sense of contribution to the local community.
This year we took almost 1,000 tonnes of unwanted food from suppliers like Warburton's. We got it out to over 100 charities in Manchester. That'll feed over 11,000 Manchester residents a week. We couldn't do this without our Manchester volunteers like Imelda.
When I started working here, it was just so much fun and everyone is so helpful. All the food, we have to pack it up, send it out with the drivers, and it goes to school clubs, to breakfast clubs, to facilities where they make meals for people who need a hot meal, and also to shelters where people need to have food. At the end of the day, when I see where all the food goes to and I know that we've helped everybody, it's a great feeling to know that what I've done has been useful.
Our Manchester volunteers gave us nearly 8,000 hours of their time last year. We just want to say a massive thank you.
So the MASH volunteers are so special because they're all individuals, but none of them are ever judgmental. That's so important at MASH. We work with women who sex work in Manchester, and they are some of the most marginalised and stigmatised people in Manchester, and quite often they have low self-esteem because of this. They feel like there's barriers everywhere. So to have a team that they can go to and they know they're never going to be judged, they're always going to be welcomed, is just so important in their lives.
And it's those everyday conversations that we'll have with our friends, our colleagues. We have those same conversations with the women here. As human beings, we're not that different. And within the chatter and the friendliness, then you make connections with the women, and then, you know, that's where confidence builds up in MASH. So in the drop-in centre, it's the volunteers that make the brews, do the toasties, you know, and you get to know how many sugars that the women have in the coffee, who prefers cappuccinos, who prefers lattes, and it's those little things, those little important things that we do that convey to the women that we care for, and we care who they are.
Fantastic stuff. So, voting time, you know how this works now. So, to vote for Coffee for Craig, you're going to press 1, Fair Share Greater Manchester Volunteers, which is the merge. Press 2, or Manchester Action on Street Health, MASH. Press 3. Start voting now. How are we doing? So that's round 1, yep. Round 1's done. Just getting the scores down. So, round 2, if you've not voted yet, it's your last chance. Start voting now. 1 for Coffee for Craig, 2 for Fair Share, Greater Manchester Volunteers for Emerge, and 3 for MASH. Okay. I think that has everybody voted? Good. Weird, right. So I want to say something very quickly about volunteering. The word voluntary means by choice. by definition, volunteering is not and can never be compulsory. So Macc supports the Keep Volunteering Voluntary campaign. We refuse to take part in any schemes which force people into volunteering in order to keep their benefits or their welfare entitlements, and we expect everybody else in the voluntary sector to do the same. That's what volunteering is about. Right, we have a winner? Yep, okay. Over to you, Lynn.
Okay, drum roll. And the winner for volunteering teamwork is Fair Share Greater Manchester Volunteers emerge.
Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Fantastic stuff. Okay. Next category is volunteer involving organisation. That's a bit of a mouthful, but obviously one of the most important things you do in volunteering organisations is actually look after the volunteers. These people give us their time and energy and skills and everything. It's freely given, but it needs to be supported and nurtured. This requires resources. It needs money. Volunteering, as all the charities in the room will know, is not cost-free. It's important we recognise that. We need to enable more people to have access to volunteering opportunities. But one of the most important jobs in any charity, any community group, is the person who looks after volunteers. So this award highlights groups which set an example and keep volunteers at the heart of what they do. So, please welcome to the stage our nominees from Boaz Trust. Come on. Where are you guys? Spoons Charity. Come on, Spoons. Keep that going. And Tree of Life Centre in Winshaw. Everybody up on stage, brilliant. So, we're sorting out this. Where's my guy with my certificates gone? Oh, there he is. He's behind me. Right. So, let's get the films going.
I always felt very welcomed and very looked after. It was very low pressure and we always felt very supported as well by the staff, and we just really liked the culture and the atmosphere and the feeling of family that there was through the people that we met through Boaz. So when a couple of years later I saw the job advertisement, I thought, yes, I would really like to be a part of working there and having that culture day to day.
I would absolutely recommend Boaz as a volunteer organisation. You can be guaranteed that you'll be appreciated.
I think it's very uplifting to work at the night shuttle. When I go home, I always feel that's the best thing I've done today.
So you're going to give him...
All our volunteers have been parents on the neonatal unit, so they know exactly what families are experiencing. They're absolutely amazing and we couldn't manage without them.
I
feel really proud to be involved in giving back through my role. I'm involved in all the decision making and the introduction of new initiatives. I feel like I have an opportunity to feed back and I'm always listened to and taken seriously.
I feel valued within my role and believe any ideas that I have are appreciated and taken into consideration. I believe my experience allows me to empathise with parents on a more personal level and provide the necessary support that is needed.
We have a furniture reuse shop, we have a community repaint scheme, we have a food bank, a community cafe, a host of different health and wellbeing activities. We have a clothes shop, we have a library, so it's a very, very vibrant and very, very, very busy centre.
Its place here is deep-rooted. This vibrant centre thrives thanks to the efforts of more than 100 passionate volunteers.
We're absolutely 100% dependent and reliant on our volunteers. We invest in our volunteers because they invest in us. Without our volunteers, we wouldn't be here. Our volunteers are the backbone of the Tree of Life Centre.
Okay, voting time again. So, you press 1 for Boaz Trust, 2 for Spoons Charity and 3 for Tree of Life. So start voting now. 1 for Boaz, 2 for Spoons, 3 for Tree of Life. Round 1's done. Good. So you know how it works now. You pass the buttons along. You ready for round 2? Okay. Don't start voting for round 2 yet. We haven't pressed the button. Not before I tell you. Ready? So start voting now. See a little light flashing here. Dead clever, isn't it? Okay. Fantastic. So just while we're totting up the scores, I believe it's Karen Mitchell from Spoons' birthday today. So let's all wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday, Karen! Hey! Now, this award is being supported, I am delighted to say, by the Our Manchester BCS team at Manchester City Council. So, to announce the winner, the one and only, Mr. Michael Salmon. Yay! This music's very piratey, isn't it? Have you noticed that?
Tell you what, that walk was a bit hard after all that food, I'm not gonna lie. And the winner of the Volunteer Involvement Organisation is the Tree of Life Centre Wythenshawe.
Smile, everybody. Fantastic. Well done, Tree of Life. Brilliant. Well done. Actually, I'm going to share a little extra story with you while we're here. So earlier this year, this awards won an award. So Macc won a national award for telling the story through the Spirit of Manchester Awards from NAVCA. And I'm really chuffed that the Chief Exec of NAVCA, Jane Hyde, is sat right over there. She's finally made it to the awards. It's wonderful to see her. NAVCA, if you don't know, is the national membership body for infrastructure organisations like Macc. So she's one of my best mates in the sector. So, yeah, I was dead chuffed about that. It was a nice... it's the first award Macc's won, I think. Anyway, right. Next award is a new category we introduced this year. We've always celebrated the amazing work of volunteers. They're the heart and soul of the sector. But there's one group of volunteers who need a special category because they play a unique role in the way we work as organisations. Being a charity trustee or a committee member or a board member of a voluntary group means giving your time and skills, same as everything else. It means putting your effort into making sure the organisation's doing the right things, doing them safely, doing them well, being effective. How many trustees have we got in the room? Come on, there must be more than that. Lots of people trustee. Brilliant. Great. The work you do, I'm a trustee as well, by the way, of NAVCA actually, is if you have never been a trustee of a local charity, I would urge you to get involved in it because it's a great way to help your community. It doesn't often get a lot of applause, and it'll give you a unique insight into how charities work. It's really, really good. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be an expert. Charities tend to focus on being experts. Actually, you have knowledge about Manchester, which would be brilliant on boards. So if you want to find out more about it, get in touch with us. Anyway, this award celebrates people for the qualities, skills, knowledge they bring to the board or committee they serve on, how they support other trustees, and how they develop good governance as a champion for the organisation. So, can you please welcome to the stage our nominees? Andrew Fuchs. Where is it? Andrew, come on. Jeff Mills. Please tell me Jeff has arrived. Jeff? No, he's not here. Oh, I haven't seen Jeff for years. And Joe Calladine. Oh, Joe can't be here this evening, but Shelley Roberts from Home Start. Where's Shelley? Come on, Shelley. Shelley's here representing Joe. Okay, let's get the films going. Maybe Jeff will turn up during this film.
Thanks to the driving force of Andrew Folkes, Secretary and Trustee of Northern Players Theatre Club, he obtained a community asset transfer of the old derelict Northern Library on Church Road from Manchester City Council, which has resulted in being fully refurbished and turned into a 60-seater theatre in the heart of the village.
Andrew used his past experience in sales to encourage the theatre to start fundraising the necessary £65,000 to convert the library to a theatre without knowing if the venture was possible.
If this were a business project, the sheer complexity and time involved would probably command a six-figure salary, and he is doing it all for nothing and no expenses.
In addition, he helps build sets for the plays, acts and directs in some of the productions. If he is not doing that, he is sweeping the floor, serving teas or even baking biscuits for a fundraising garden party.
His encouragement with young people to get involved in a variety of projects has helped a couple of the theatre members gain valuable experience and confidence, both on and off the stage, and has helped them find full-time employment.
Andrew is a fully committed and enthusiastic person who massively deserves this nomination.
Jeff Mills has been a trustee for Manchester Young Lives for 21 years, holding responsibility for finance, health and safety, safeguarding and HR. Jeff is passionate about providing opportunities for young people and Manchester Young Lives' vision that all young people can learn, make progress and achieve.
Children know him very well as a trustee. He's always willing to go that extra mile. He supports all the community events and just takes a real interest in what's going on within the organisation.
Jeff's long service, wisdom and vision for Manchester Young Lives has taken the charity to higher and more professional levels. Without his drive and commitment, Manchester Young Lives would not be achieving its success today. He is an enabler and friend. Jeff Mills reaches the parts other trustees don't reach, and I think an award would make him extremely proud.
name's Jo Calladine and I'm a chaplain at Manchester Prison, better known as Strange Ways. And I've been involved with Home Start for coming up on 14 years. So Home Start in 3 words: it is essential, it is transformative and cost effective. I was involved in Home Start when we were in the process of setting it up. Just being there in the early days when Manchester North got launched, supporting Shelley, supporting the board. I hope I've given Home Start my time, my commitment, my drive to kind of get things done and make sure that it keeps doing what it should do. But we've got to remember why we're doing it, and it's always keeping that perspective. And one of the things I've done since I became chair was ask a member of staff to come to every meeting and just do a case study. It's about the families, and I think just having that insight that just reminds me, it reminds the trustee board of what is really the reason why we've given up our time.
Fantastic. Isn't that brilliant? So, Trustee of the Year award. First time ever we voted on this, so press 1 to vote for Andrew, press 2 to vote for Jeff, press 3 to vote for Jo. Start your voting now. So, all the winners are getting a specially made trophy. This is made for us by Ella. Ella McIntosh, where are you, Ella? There she is over there. Ella's made it pretty much every single trophy we've ever had. Thank you, Ella. Brilliant as ever. Different design every year. I love it. So, that's round 1 done. Yep, so round 2, if you've not voted yet, start voting now. 1 for Andrew, 2 for Jeff, and 3 for Jo. I'm going to announce this one. I guess you want. So, the award for Trustee or Committee Member of the Year goes to Jeff Mills.
Community-led organisation.
Who's not here?
That we listen to the voices of our
I don't know what's happened to him. I'm sure he would be here if he could, but we will make sure he gets this award. I'll accept it for no, I can't. Anyway, congratulations, Jeff, wherever you are. Hope everything's okay. We were expecting him, so we will get that to him. And we'll move on to the next award. So the next award is about encouraging employers to increase their social value and release some of their staff time for people to volunteer in local organisations. It's about using those skills, the capacity to add something into local community groups. It doesn't have to be about painting the community hall or doing fundraising or any of that stuff. It can be things like marketing, design, finance assistance, helping plan events, for example, helping do webcasting at events. That's a brilliant example. It's also a great way for employers to get their staff to try new things and find out more about the community they operate in and bring new ideas back. So I'm particularly pleased Manchester City Council and Manchester Health and Care Commissioning lead the way on this because they have employer-supported volunteering schemes which are run in partnership with our volunteer centre. We also have a project in partnership with Salford CVS called Skill Givers. There's a banner for it over there and Hayley is patrolling the venue somewhere. Hayley's over there, Skill Givers Coordinator, which is focusing on employer-supported volunteering in sports and physical activity groups. For this award, we went about it in a slightly different way. After we'd booked the venue and everything for tonight, and got everything set in place, we then discovered that Wood Street Mission were having their party tonight. So we thought, well, what's a way we can involve them even though they're not here? So Des isn't here even though he was one of the judges. He has sent us a message this evening wishing everyone all the best. But it was too late to change the plan. So we decided what we'd do is we'd give this award to Wood Street Mission and they could pick the winner. So that's the first time we've ever done it that way. But they've decided about a business that they've worked with over the years who they want to give that to. So we're going to play the film. I have been asked to point out that there is a slight error in the film. Wood Street Mission have chosen to give this award to BNY Mellon. So first of all, congratulations to them. Fantastic. In the film, they are referred to a few times as BNY. That is incorrect. Their full name is BNY Mellon. The melon is important. I didn't think I would be saying those words on a stage in Manchester, but the melon is important. It's one of your 5 a day. But we've been asked to point that out. It's technically, it's quite important to them. But let's play the film.
So we've been working with the Wood Street Mission for about 10 years now, obviously through volunteering, company-sponsored volunteering hours, but also through fundraising. I think the main reason we've been involved for so long is just the fact that...
As a community-led organisation, it's crucial that we listen to the voices of our service users and the way we can do...
overcome those obstacles. That's really important to us. Honestly, they fundraise for us, they collect goods for us, and as part of that support package, they volunteer with us. So over the years, well, hundreds of volunteers from BNY have actually have been involved with us and helped us out in various ways. I mean, really at the core of the company, our strategy is very much on giving back to the communities within which we operate.
They really get what charity is about and they have a real feeling for it. And they encourage the staff to take, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4 days off a year, in actually to help out with charities that they want to become involved with. And for them to be such long-term supporters of ours, I'd just like to say thank you to BNY for all the support that you've given us over the years. We really do appreciate it.
So no other than just to congratulate you on your 150 years. It's a real testament to the value of the work that you do, both in Manchester and Salford and across the board. And we wish you another 150 just like it.
Fantastic. So, please welcome to the stage representatives from BNY Mellon. Where are you? Here. Boys, it's a long walk. Supported by One Manchester, London Housing Association, many of you know. So huge thanks to them. And hello to Izzy Taylor, if you're watching at home. Izzy works for One Manchester and is also one of our trustees now, I'm delighted to say. So, congratulations BNY Mellon. Thank you very much, Wood Street Mission. The next category is service user involving organisation. So this is based on one of the principles that Macc was founded on in the 80s. As well as involving volunteers, we've always believed really strongly that the people who benefit from a service should be directly involved in the design, the delivery of that service, what we would now call co-production. That's the current jargon for it, but I think just getting people involved still makes sense. Anyway, these are the people who know best what makes a difference. The idea of a service user is a bit out of date, but it's basically about what people can achieve together, breaking down the barriers between users and providers. This is something we talk to the public sector a lot about, but it's important that voluntary groups work in this way too. So to announce the nominees, I'm delighted to welcome another of Macc's trustees, Tim Nair-Hilton from Refugee Action.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Hi, everybody. So, the Service User Involving Organisation Award. Could you please welcome to the stage the nominees? Community Minded Limited. Community Minded Limited.
Oh, they're on the way. Right, let them come on.
Okay. Secondly, Manchester Deaf Centre. And finally, Migrant Support.
Okay, so let's get the films going.
As a community-led organisation, it's crucial that we listen to the voices of our service users. And the way we can we've done that is to have service user focus groups, we use community consultation, and we use feedback forms.
My name is Yusra Abdeslam. I'm working here in the community minded as a volunteer. I like this center because we have loads of parents. They are speaking another language. I've been like sometimes translated to them, help them as well. And then because I have the qualification in IT, I advise my manager that why we not opening IT course for the beginner, and I help to run that course to teach them as well.
I help to make community minded better, to look into that person's needs.
I said to my boss I need to book an interpreter, and they refused, and I asked him why they'd refused. So they said I come here for support, to access to work.
Someone to take the lead to see what we want to do. Sean, do you want to take this? So what activities would you like to do? I'd like to go to...
Which is that bone. Does anybody know what the sternum is? If you feel this bone here, that's your sternum.
اینجا مایگرنت ساپورت واقعا پروژه خیلی خوبی بود که خانم سوفیا و سمیرا و چند نفر دیگه از معلم‌ها خیلی کمک کردن به دانش آموزا و بچه‌های آدمایی که تازه به انگلیس اومدن و نه زبون بلد بودن، نه تونستن کار اداریشون رو انجام بدن، نه چیز دیگه، ولی مایگرنت ساپورت همیشه بهشون کمک کرده.
We are covering actually all needs of migrants.
Migrant Support 教我们怎么当一个真正的曼城人，去融入当地文化，成为这个城市中的一份子。
Nosotros celebramos nuestras diferencias aquí.
Fantastic. So, ready to vote? So, press 1 for community minded, 2 for Manchester Deaf Centre, 3 for migrant support. Start voting now. Is that round 1 done? Okay, so ready? Round 2 starting now. 1 for community minded, 2 for Manchester Deaf Centre, 3 for migrant support. And it's back to Tim. To announce the winner.
Okay, everybody, we've got a winner. The winner of the Service User Involving Organisation Award is Manchester Deaf Centre.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So, while they're having the photos taken, what have I got here? You might want that as well. Right, congratulations, Manchester Deaf Centre. Thanks, everyone. So, next category is Inspiring Campaign. Inspiring Campaign Award. So, I said about hope and inspiration this evening, so we have an entire category around it. It's always been our beliefs, one of our core beliefs, that voluntary and community organisations, charities, social enterprises have not only the right, but the duty to speak out about what's happening in communities. We must say what we see. We must tell people. We must speak truth to power, exactly as Ben Gilchrist did in Rotherham the other day. Well done, Ben. Yeah. The Rotherham heckler, if everybody saw that, he was from a charity, from Action Together over in Oldham and Tameside. Every year I say this is more and more important, and how true is it this year? We've seen the toxic divisions in our communities over Brexit. We've seen the absolute failure by our national leadership to have a mature and reasonable debate about the future of the country. Inflaming division with hostile, angry words like traitor and saboteur. Behaving in ways which would get anybody else fired immediately. As Reclaim have pointed out so brilliantly in their campaign they've started in the last few weeks. You might think hope and inspiration are in short supply, but social change in this country has always been driven by organisations like these, by organisations like us. And it's our job to do that. It's part of the way democracy works. It's not just about changing government policy, it's about changing the way the public sees things. So this award cherishes those kinds of campaigns and inspires other people to do what they can to make a difference. So, can we invite to the stage the nominees from the Booth Centre? Come on, Booth Centre. Cracking Good Food. Where are you, Adele? And Invisible Manchester. Right, let's start the films because they're all sat at the back, so it's going to take a while. Let's get the films going.
It showed everyone that we weren't just headlines, that we were actually people and that we do have our own stories.
Because it brings something out in you what you can't bring out in everyday life on the street.
I got involved to inspire other people to garden so they could learn a new skill.
They inspired me actually. They thought they were really great pictures because somebody did that and that. I thought, oh, we're getting somewhere with that.
Sense of sorry that actually helped push me to plan out a TV show, and as daft as it sounds, now I'm about to go to university to study filmmaking. And I genuinely, if it wasn't for the centre and the help, it wouldn't be like that for anyone.
Our joint mission is to eradicate food poverty in Greater Manchester. Our joint mission is to eradicate food poverty in Greater Manchester. We are collecting donations of cooking equipment to give to communities so that they are able to cook good food.
Cracking Good Food, I've been working here for the past 6 weeks providing training, and it's just a really brilliant way of bringing people together.
And we have just received a few boxes of donations from yourselves. They are providing free cooking lessons with the residents here. And we've seen people who don't usually engage with staff or others come and join in the cooking, so that's been really good.
So you know that we're going to be coming back here for 30 weeks from September.
Yeah, that sounds fabulous. Yeah, I'm sure some of our young people would love to do something like that.
It's just a fantastic program. People are definitely trying and saying, oh, I didn't know that cooking from scratch could be this good.
Because it's really, really fun and you get to meet new people.
It's just a
as good as the Italian restaurant. And that's saying something.
Invisible Manchester is a social enterprise that trains people who have experienced homelessness to become walking tour guides of the city. It gives them a platform to tell their story and break down stereotypes that exist surrounding homelessness.
It's fantastic. I love just being out and meeting people. There's an old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. This old dog is learning every day, especially off Alice and Millie.
Watching our tour guides from day one to now is really incredible, how they have transformed in their self-confidence and self-belief.
I've never really done public speaking. It made me realise that really public speaking is really part of life anyway. So if one person just goes away fully understanding what homelessness is from a different view, instead of just walking past someone, then that is the biggest honour going. We are Invisible Manchester.
Fantastic. Okay, voting time again. So press 1 for the Booth Centre, 2 for Cracking Good Food, 3 for Invisible Manchester. Ready to go? Starting now. Tough choices, aren't they? Right, that's round 1. Ready for round 2? Don't start pressing buttons yet. Ready? Start now. 1 for the Booth Centre, 2 for Cracking Good Food, 3 for Invisible Manchester. So delighted this award is being supported by Manchester Local Care Organisation. So to announce the winner, please welcome Ben Aspinall.
Manchester.
Go on, let's give them a big round of applause. Well done, everyone. Fantastic. So, we're very nearly at the break. We've got a few special announcements to make. About 18 months ago, we were approached by the Eric Wright Charitable Trust to develop a new mini grants program. They had some money they wanted to get to local community groups, so we worked with them to establish the Spirit of Manchester Active Communities Fund. That's a special grants program we developed to increase the diversity of people who are able to get involved in volunteering and active citizenship. We believe everybody's got something to offer, but some people are marginalised, some people face additional barriers, some people are seldom heard, exactly as the work in Invisible Manchester do. So, we ran our first programme on this last year. I'm delighted the Eric Wright Charitable Trust loved it so much, they asked us to do it again, and they came back to us with some more money. So we have an announcement to make, and I'm delighted to invite Dr. Tracy Bell, Chief Exec of Manchester Local Medical Committee and a trustee of Macc, to give some people some very good news.
Thanks, Mike. I get all the good jobs. Yay. Just to save some awkwardness, when I shout out your organisation's name, don't come down. We haven't got the money tonight. Just clap loudly. So I'm delighted that we can announce the latest organisations that we're receiving a grant from the Spirit of Manchester Active Communities Fund. And they are, I feel like we need a drum roll. One, Better Things. That wasn't very good. You can do better. 2, British Muslim Heritage Centre. Woo! 3, Chrysalis Manchester. 4, oh, I need my glasses on for this one. Europia. Thanks, mate. 5, Fallowfield and Withington Food Bank. 6, Home Community Cafe. Who's still holding their breath? 7, Make a Difference. 8, Manchester City of Sanctuary. I'm going to get this wrong how I say it, but 9 is Memody. Memody even. 10 is Miners Community Arts and Music Centre. Well done. So much money coming your way. 11, North Manchester Community Partnership. 12, Northmore Together. You've got to keep clapping. You've got to keep clapping. 13, Stitched Up Cooperative Limited. Well, they're nearly done. There's 2 more. 2 more on the edge of your seats. Number 14 is TLC St. Luke's. It's great up here. You can't really see anybody, can you? And the last one is Women's Voices CIC. So that's a special thanks to the Eric Wright Charitable Trust. And just to say, there's a further round of funding available that's launching in the next few days. So check out the website on Manchester Community Central's website. Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy. Yep, more money coming out in the next few days. And we also have a live grants round going around Hate Crime Awareness Week 2020. That's in partnership with the City Council. Open for applications on Monday. The deadline's November the 13th. It's all on the Manchester Community Central website. One of our jobs is to try and get more money into local organisations. So there you are. It's officially half time. We're now going to take a short break, give you a minute to stretch your legs, grab a drink, catch up with friends and colleagues, pose for photos, buy more raffle tickets. And I'll ask you to be back here not later than, let me just check what time we're on because we're slightly late, 10 to. So I'll give you 10 minutes. 10 to 9, 8:50. Scanning the room to see who did a runner at half time. Okay, can we get everybody back in the room? Need some more water. It's the auction, isn't it? So, mystery prize is last. City shirt. Oh, do you want a mystery prize? No, we'll do that last. Yeah.
Holding back thinking of the fear I've had so long. When somebody's
Okay. Is everybody back in their seats? We're going to get started again because we're running a bit behind. I'm trying to make up some time. Okay, is everybody starting to understand why we do this stuff now, yeah? Yeah? Are you finding it really, really difficult to pick winners, yeah? I can't hear you. Thank you very much. Come on, right. So, before we get back to the awards, we're now going to hold the auction. So, all proceeds going to the Spirit of Manchester Fund. So, the first item we have is a Manchester City signed shirt. This is signed by Otamendi.
Nicholas Hernan Gonzalo Otamendi.
Apparently he's a football player. So, this is a City signed shirt. Who'll give me 20 quid for it? £1. As a United fan over there. 20 quid? I'm going to come down here so I can't see that. I've got 20 here. 25? 25 over here. 30? 35? Is that? 35? You'll have to shout and wave if you want to go. 35 we've got over here. Any advance on 35? 40? 40? 40 from Marsha. Any advance on 40? Going once. This is a signed City shirt. Oh, 45? 50? Have I got a bidding war going on, Rob? 50? 50? Going once. Is that a hand up? 55? Thank you, Marsha. 50? 60? Can I hear 60? 60 over there. 60, going once. 65, thank you. 65, so I'm looking for 70. Who's giving me 70? Who's giving me 70? No. 60, 70, thank you. 70. Is that you, Shelley? 70 over there. Last call, 70. Once, twice, sold. £70. Thank you very much. £70 for the Spirit of Manchester Fund. So, the next item is a signed Manchester United shirt, signed by the entire team. Now, I think this is because we have two shirts signed by both teams. So I think this is the opportunity to start some real conflict, basically. So I want all the City fans to ramp up the bidding so that the United fans have to pay a lot. And I want all the United fans to ramp up the bidding so the City fans have to pay a lot. It's all in a good cause. So this is a Manchester United shirt signed by the whole team. I'm going to start it at 30 quid. Who'll give me 30 quid for a United shirt? Janet, thank you. 30. I've got 35. 40. All right, we're going up in tens. 45, 50, 55. 60? 60 over there? 60? Anyone higher than 60? 65, 65. 70? Have I got 70? 70? Any advance on 70? Come on, it's United. Whatever that means. 70 over here. 70 going once. 75. Can I get 80? 80, anyone? 80, 80 from Mr. Knight. Thank you very much, Bolton CVS. 80. Any advance on 80? 85. 85, I'm looking for 85. 85, have I got a hand up over there, or are you just... Thank you, 85. Right. Can I get 90? Come on, we can get to 90. Thank you, Atia. 90, Can I get up to 100? 95? Are we going or 100, Darren? 100, good man. That's the voluntary sector infrastructure supporting each other. 100, going once. Last call. 110? 110, thank you, Mr. Martin. 110? 110. Last one. 110, going once. Going twice. 150. 150, well done, Darren. Thank you very much, Darren. 150. There's a fight breaking out with his former colleagues at the LGBT Foundation, I think. What? Oh, you said 115. I heard it as 150. Didn't everybody hear it as 150? Oh, yes, we did. Right. 150. Sold to Darren Knight from Bolton CVS. Thank you very much. Oh. My mishearing things could be very profitable this evening. Why have I never thought of this before? So now we have a City shirt. This is a City shirt signed by the whole team. Or possibly with a few heart attacks. Oh, the league winning team. Apparently they're winning a league of some sort. I don't know. So this is a City shirt. We'll start at 30. Who'll give me 30 for a City shirt? Got 30 pence. United fans over there, thank you. 30 I've got here. Did I hear 35 somewhere? 35. I've got another hand up. 40. 45. Have I got 50 anywhere? That's 50. 50. 50. Thank you. 55. 55. Oh, there you go. 60. 60. 65. Am I getting? 65. 70. 75. 80. Did I? Where are we on? 75 over here. Have I got anyone else? Wave. 80. 80. We're on 80. We must be able to get this one up to 100 as well. 80. We're stopping at 80. Go on then. Once. Twice. Oh. We have a new bidder. 90. 100. Or did you want to ask a question? 100? 100? 105? 105? That's 105. Okay. Are we going there? Once? Twice? Oh! 110 over here. 110. 115. 115. Thank you. No? Are we all out? 115 going once over there. 120. I've got 120 over here. Who else? You coming? 125? What? No, we're going up in fives. Nice try. We'll be here all night if we start adding £1 and 50p. What? 125. 125. So, last call. Going once. Going twice. £125 sold over there. Thank you very much. Fantastic stuff. Now, the last item we've got is these boxing tickets, which must be worth at least 250 quid. So these are inner ringside seats for Katie Taylor and for Anthony Croller's final fight. £250 each. So the stakes are pretty high. Yeah. Modelled by a beautiful, glamorous assistant here, who is wearing a staggering pinstripe suit. So, I'm going to start the bidding at 50. Who'll give me 50 for these tickets? 50 over there. That's Anika by the look of it, is it? Hello. 50. Can I get 60? 60 anywhere. I'm looking around the room. No boxing fans in. 60? 60 over there. Can I get 70? 70? 70, thank you, Anika. 80? Anyone give me 80? 90? 90 over there. 100? 100 over there. Any advance on 100? Going once at 100? 110? 110? 120 anywhere? 120? 120? 130? Yep, 130 we're on. Thank you very much. 130. Anywhere else? Anywhere else? 130. Am I not missing anyone? These Super Trooper lights are going to blind me. I'm not going to break into song. So we've got 130 here. Sold. Ready? Going once. Last call. Sold. £130. Thank you very much, everybody. And I now hand over to Martin, who's going to do the mystery prize.
I'm hoping, Cheryl, have you got the box? Where is it? All right, sir. Every year we do this. There's a mystery prize for one of you. And all it is everybody's name who's come tonight is entered into this one-off draw. And to win the mystery prize, Mike's going to pull it out. I don't know what he's pulling out. Good gag there. Nice. And the winner is... Who is it, Mike? Here we go. Anita Kanji. Is Anita here? Where is Anita? Do you want to get the prize, Mike? The giant red box. Well done, Anita. Do you like nights in? What you've won is a one-off prize. It's a night in. There's a bottle of wine, crisps. Yeah, you don't drink. Bottle of wine, crisps, a DVD voucher, sweets, anything you like. Hope you enjoy it. Well done, Anita.
Okay, that's the mystery prize done. There'll be more fun and games with raffle prizes later, but let's get back to some awards. So, Community Space Award. In 2016, we introduced a new category, Best Community Space. This was inspired by the fact we've been helping groups take on the running of buildings and facilities as part of our work on community asset transfer. One thing our sector is very, very good at is reclaiming lost or underused spaces. And in a city which is extremely and increasingly busy, defined by an ever-expanding consumer economy, these community-led spaces offer something a bit different and no less important to life in Manchester. So, what we did is we ran a vote over the summer, an online vote, to encourage people to actually go and look at places before they decided on the vote. So this was held over July, and I'd like to welcome our trustee from the board, Macc, trustee Charles Kwaku-Adoy, to announce the nominations and the winner.
The nominations were the Aquarius Center, the Circus House, Edge Theatre, Ladyburn Community Hub, LGBT Foundation, Manchester Museum, Manchester Settlement, Miles Platten Community Grocer, Milk and Honey Cafe, Northmore Community Association, the Old Abbey Tap House. And the winner was, some drum roll. The Edge Theatre in Charlton.
Welcome to the movement of giving a toss about stuff. We all could use improvement. Our edges are ready and rough. But giving a monkeys is what we do. The cliches are corny, but oh so true. She ain't heavy, he's my brother. One good turn provokes another. So welcome all to the sun, wherever it shines.
It's good for your self-confidence, belief, everything. What do I get out of it? More than anything. I'm ex-smackhead, crackhead, everything.
and it gives me more of a buzz than any of that. Seriously.
I like to see the audience faces and how I react.
Not just their faces, you like all the applause as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. So, next award is Community Cohesion Award. One of our key themes in the response to the attack on the MAN Arena in 2017 has been to support and celebrate the work around community cohesion that brings people together. We thought it might be important for Manchester to focus on that as part of recovering from those terrible, horrific events. Unfortunately, the escalation of some of the attitudes we've seen over the last few years has only made that situation worse. The whole country needs to pay a lot more attention to this kind of community building. This award highlights activities which simply bring people together from more than one community. There can be communities which are about a shared place, or a shared culture, or a shared identity, or lots of those things all mixed up together. It doesn't matter, it's about bringing people together. That builds connections, relationships, and it's a cliche, but it's still important. It helps people live together in harmony. So, celebrating the fact that they have more in common with each other. Again, it was an online vote, so we could share information about activities going on over the summer, and it took place in July. The nominees were Creative Design and Manufacture UK Limited, or CDM UK, Demoby Children's Disability Trust, Sharita, Europia Art Collective, Fallowfield Community Grocers, Invisible Manchester, Manchester BME Network, Manchester Cares, Manchester City Sanctuary, Migrant Support, the Old Happy Tap House, Rainbow Surprise, and the Widows Empowerment Trust. I keep saying Windows Empowerment Trust. This award is supported by Greater Manchester Mental Health NHS Trust, and so to announce the winner, please welcome the Chief Executive, Mr. Neil Thwaite.
Okay, it's my great delight to announce that the winner is the Widows Empowerment Trust.
My name is Yowen Kigo. I'm the founder and chief executive of the Widows Empowerment Trust. So today they are having intergenerational events with all the community. We have the young people, we have the elderly, just everyone is together today to promote this. We just want the young people to understand how they can work with the elderly, especially those that are bereaved. People seem not to understand, even the young people seem not to understand the issues around bereavement. Like our Christmas party, we do that once in a year, and that is superb. Coming together to promote that love and harmony in the community makes a great difference, because widowers, those that are bereaved, is a difficult time in Christmas period, and that is what we do to promote that social inclusion. So we are really big fans of volunteers and everyone in the community to get involved, because everyone is diverse. So getting young people involved, getting volunteers involved, getting everybody involved will make a difference and promote love and harmony in the community. And that's where we want the community cohesion.
Well done, Widows Empowerment Trust. Congratulations. Right, next award is Partnership and Collaboration. So, as you'll have gathered, we want to encourage more people to work together. It's more important than ever. Collaboration is one of the things we value most. It's common sense. With scarce resources, we need to share things, like voting buttons, for example. By working together, we can also be more efficient, effective, and creative. Now, I do want to say collaboration is great, but don't be tempted to think we should bring everything in just to one big, enormous organisation. Our diversity, our breadth of difference, our organisations, that's what makes it work. We are many acting together. We have loads of small organisations which look and sound and feel and talk like the communities they spring from. That's richness. It's not complexity, as I keep hearing that there are far too many organisations. There aren't. They work together and it works brilliantly. This award looks at examples of good partnership working between groups and the difference that has made. So, can I invite to the stage the nominees from, get ready, All FM, LOL, Owl and the Coconut, and Levenshulme Youth Project. Come on, lots of noise for them. Come up on stage. Big Manchester. Where are you guys? Big Manchester and Manchester Carers Network. Okay, and we'll start the films.
The organisations came into here, a dead building, and it's been brought to life. We're working together on Windrush 2019, Levy Fringe, we've got cinema, we've got theatre, we've got arts exhibitions happening in this space.
In the building, Levenshulme Library that was saved by the local community, it's brilliant to be with other community-based organisations to help give back to that community.
As someone who suffers from social isolation, it's a real help to me to be able to come here and be with people.
I like being part of the community.
I've done radio, I've done drama, I've done stuff I'd never thought I'd do.
And what people say to us is that their experience here has been life-changing.
Big Manchester is a partnership of 5 voluntary sector agencies. Big Manchester is a partnership of 5 voluntary sector agencies. We work across North Manchester, supporting families where children are still at primary school and where there are issues such as domestic abuse, drug and alcohol issues, and poor mental health.
It's a real, honest opportunity for us to work in a very trustworthy, respectful and cooperative way.
For us, it's brought expertise around children into our organisation.
It ensures that families feel like we're working collectively with them. There's less duplication and it's safer because we have access as agencies to each other's expertise.
Big Manchester really helps us to be a more happy family and do more than we ever had. I really wasn't expecting we could be like this.
We've had services for years, but this one wasn't just about me and all my problems, or just about the kids, but about all of us as a unit. We began to feel like a family.
Manchester Carers Network is a group of 90. Manchester Carers Network is a group of 19 voluntary sector organisations of all sizes supporting non-wage carers across Manchester.
The first carers meeting I ever managed to get to, it was just nice meeting somebody like yourselves.
做運去醫院來探望我，都係為人時候一路幫我。
They was giving me the support that I needed to carry on my caring role and to do it.
And someone said to me, go to Talbot House. And it was so lovely when we went in. People understood everything about my son.
As well as providing individual support, Manchester's Carers Network also organise a range of activities, including training opportunities and social events such as walks, coffee mornings, days out and other activities.
I can meet different people, I can talk about the caring for us. So it's lovely to have that.
Brilliant. So, voting time again. You get to vote in this one. So, it's going to be 1 for All FM, LOL, Owl and Coconut and Levenshulme Youth Project, 2 for Big Manchester, and 3 for Manchester Carers Network. Start voting now. Everybody vote. All these films will go up on our YouTube channel, by the way, where you can see all the films from previous years. If you're ever feeling a bit down, you want some hope and inspiration, take a look on our YouTube channel. There's some brilliant stuff on there. So, we done with round 1? Okay. So round 2, start voting now. 1 for All of Them, LOL, Owl of the Coconut Village Youth Project. Big Manchester, press 2. Manchester Carers Network, press 3. Okay. I'm really, really chuffed that this award is being supported by our friends at Young Manchester. So can I invite to the stage Justin Watson to announce the winner. George. Oop. Come on, let's give them a big cheer. Manchester Carers Network. Some fabulous people in this group have been working for many, many years to get this stuff sorted. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Congratulations, everyone. So, yeah, okay. They've turned it into a networking event. Have you noticed? That's partnership. Thanks, Justin. So, next category is the Spirit of Manchester Business Award. Sticking with the theme of working together, but this time we're focusing on working with businesses. There's sometimes an assumption that charities and businesses kind of live in separate worlds. We've got to get real, I think. At Macc, we want to focus on the common cause we have with local businesses, the people of Manchester. Our research showed that 66% of organisations in our sector have some sort of relationship with local business. But only 25% think it's actually worth bothering with. Doesn't make a difference to most organisations. We've got to change that. A strong relationship with Manchester's business sector needs to be much smarter than just asking businesses to give us money. If we want to eradicate inequality, we need to work with businesses and encourage them to create jobs which are accessible, pay good wages, ensure they look after people, and do all the sorts of things we've been talking about already about, employer-supported volunteering, sharing skills and experience. So the Spirit of Manchester Business Programme is an invitation to do just that. And the award looks at businesses who are already doing it, showing the way. So welcome me and join me in welcoming to the stage. It's getting late. The nominees from Amity. Come on, Amity. Where are you? Good Mood Food. And Macc Made. Come on, guys. Lots of noise to get them onto stage. Come on. It's a long walk. It's getting late. They need all that energy to get back up here. So, we'll start the films.
At Amity, we deliver workshops and programs combining group facilitation and one-to-one coaching. By understanding what's behind creativity, collaboration, and well-being, our participants increase their psychological fitness and activate their leadership skills to create change.
It leaves you feeling confident, it leaves you feeling focused, it leaves you feeling good.
It gave me the opportunity to really challenge myself and to stretch myself and to value myself.
I've become much more embedded in my local community and I'm involved more and I'm initiating projects more.
Meeting the other people on the course, sharing ideas, and it makes you realise you're not on your own.
We were sat in a room with people from all walks of life, all ages and all backgrounds, and I think that was important.
You always feel you're working with them, and I think participants, residents, officers and others who've worked with them have always felt that, and it's demonstrated in the innovative work they do.
Good Mood Food is a Manchester-based social business set up by Manchester Mind, providing best quality buffets and catering services across the city, and committed to supporting people experiencing mental health problems. We spoke to Craig about his experience as a volunteer.
I started volunteering at Good Mood Food Project because I've been experiencing a patch of poor mental health. I've been quite isolated, lacking confidence, and I needed something to help build myself up. I've helped to develop new skills, organisation and confidence. I've actually now gone on and started my own business, enjoying the world of self-employment.
All profits from Good Mood Food are used by Manchester Mind to promote positive mental health, in particular through the Food for All project, which offers nutritious and healthy food in a friendly atmosphere at its 2 Pay What You Can cafes.
Macc is about promoting Manchester-based talent, whatever that talent might be. It's levelling the playing field, giving everyone the same opportunities.
Macc has supported our small business by sharing events and open hours for our new shop.
The amount of support they show upcoming talent in all industries all over Manchester is absolutely incredible.
Different class what you do for Manchester, supporting everybody, whether it be the arts, sport, any projects that are going on in Manchester. Really appreciate what you do. Keep it going, mate.
I nominated Macc. I was working on the streets with the homeless for 18 months, and Paul from Macc became an ambassador of the charity I was working for. But not only did he become an ambassador, he actually came out on the streets with me.
We're growing all the time in terms of the platforms that we can offer. If we don't give them a platform, we'll never get to see what that talent is. If you decide tomorrow that you want to do some good for other people in Greater Manchester, then your first port of call will be Macc.
It's not just about talking the talk, it's about walking it, and Paul does that. And Mac's about actually getting things done.
Fantastic stuff. So, voting time. So it's going to be 1 for Amity, 2 for Cracking Good Food, 3 for Macc. Start your voting now. Okay, are we done with round 1? Yep, okay. So get ready. If you've not voted yet, this is your last chance. Start your voting now. So I'm delighted to say this award is being supported by North Manchester Business Network. So please welcome to the stage Carol Bartram. Where are you, Carol? There we are.
Here we go. I didn't think when I came here tonight I'd be invited to this So the Spirit of Manchester Business Award goes to
Fantastic stuff. Thank you. photo? Oh, okay. Let's hear it for Good Mood Food, everyone. Well done. Congratulations. Tough category. Their samosas are brilliant. Their samosas and their potato salad, particularly. That's why I needed a new suit this year. So, next category is the Equalities Award. Macc believes one of the most fundamental roles of charities and community groups is to promote equalities, celebrate diversity and challenge discrimination. Manchester is a city with a proud history on these issues, but there is a lot more we can do. We ask for nominations of groups working on one or more issues of race, disability, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, faith, or any of the other issues for which people experience discrimination. One of the many things people love about Manchester is its diversity, and a lot of that is due to the organisations, like some of the ones in this room tonight, who support people who've been marginalised, who dare us and the rest of the world to do better at recognising our shared humanity. So to announce the nominees, please welcome Samina Arfan, Equality and Diversity Inclusion Strategic Lead at Haywood, Middleton and Rochdale CCG. I managed to get through all that, thank you, Samina, and who is now also a trustee of Macc.
Good evening, everyone. And the nominations are Chrissy Jones, the Diversity Champions, the University of Manchester, and Odd Arts.
Where is everyone? Lots of noise to get them on stage. Lots of noise to bring them up to the stage. Come on, everyone. That's it. Brilliant stuff. So, let's start the films.
Basically, it's part of like my disability and how I was bullied at school.
What Shadow Girls developed went through Chrissy performing it at various venues, and the feedback from it has been so positive and everyone seems to love it.
I've got like a little scrapbook at home with the story of Shadow Girl, then it got rewritten again. We got in touch with an illustrator called Lizzie Finlay, and she like created that book, the story for me, and I'm quite happy that I've got my own book. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I could cry. I've done so well to get this far. I'd like them to come away and like think about what it's like, you know, to hide away and not to like be scared of who you are.
Because it doesn't matter if you're different or not, as long as you're happy within yourself, that's all that matters.
The main inspiration behind the project came from quite a few things. One of them being, in particular, after the surge in hate crime that we've seen across Manchester after the Manchester Arena attack, and kind of hearing all of those stories from people who actually helped the victims on the night. There's a few learning outcomes. I think the biggest one is for them to have a thorough and deep understanding of hate crime, and not just kind of understand the different groups that are targeted and discriminated against, but also understand the importance of challenging it, how to challenge it, and basically give them the skills and knowledge so that they can make their schools and the areas in which they live, they can improve their own community cohesion. So that's kind of like one of the big ones. The second one is for them to really understand what's happened in history in order to make sure that the future that they have, it doesn't happen again.
We're an arts and theatre organisation reducing hate and trying to really increase community cohesion through holding difficult conversations through theatre. This project's delivered across thousands of young people in Manchester every year. We get feedback from the young people on all the things they've picked up on, all those vulnerabilities, the impact of that. And then we re-perform the play, ask people to stop it at any point they think something could be done. It's very difficult to hold these conversations. So they come out and try out some of their techniques. It's a rehearsal for reality. So actually they're practicing what they might be able to go on and do in real life.
This context set up where we can step in and out of the play really allows us to say and work through some of the things that we want to work through, and particularly because it gave me an opportunity to listen.
It's changed my mindset, and if it's done that for me, I can only say that it's done that for our young people.
So it's really made me understand that the importance of looking out for the people around us.
Because it made me feel like I wasn't alone.
Brilliant. Okay, so voting time again. So it's going to be 1 for Chrissy Jones, 2 for the Diversity Champions from the University, and 3 for Odd Arts. So start voting now. 1 for Chrissy Jones, 2 for Diversity Champions, 3 for Odd Arts. Right, okay, that's round 1 done. Just totting up the scores. And, yep, okay, so round 2 starts now. So 1 for Christy Jones, 2 for Diversity Champion, 3 for Odd Arts.
Good evening, everyone. As I said, I'm proud I wear 2 hats here tonight. First of all, my trustee in Macc, and this is my favourite role of being a trustee. Mike thanks a lot of people throughout the night. It just occurred to me today, I've been here a number of years now. How many of these have we done, Mike? 7 of these? I think I've been to most of them. One person we don't thank is Mike himself, and I just think he puts so much effort into this. Let's give a round of applause to Mike. I know later on he's going to be thanking all sorts of other people, but that's with my trustee hat on. As Director of Social Responsibility at the university, can I just say to the different charity sectors here tonight how grateful we are for the opportunities you provide to our university students. We have Sarah, who's helped organise this, who's one of our student experience interns, but I know lots of our students get involved with all of your charities. You make them more employable, of course, but more importantly for us at the university, you make them better future citizens and leaders. So thank you all for the opportunities you give them. Okay, for the 2019 Spirit of Manchester Awards for Equalities, can we have a drum roll, please? This wasn't fixed. I'm delighted to announce the University of Manchester Diversity Champions have won. Thank you for voting for them.
Over they come. Fantastic stuff. Can we get everyone in? Go on. Come on, let's give them a big round of applause while they have the photo taken. Big smiles, everyone. Fantastic. Thanks, everyone. Okay, next category is the Health and Wellbeing Award. Health and Wellbeing. Health in Manchester is a long way behind the national average. Life expectancy for men and women is very poor compared to the rest of the country. We know for years that voluntary and community groups have a huge role to play in promoting and supporting well-being across all different parts of the community. In the last few years, we've made great progress working with the NHS on things like grants for groups working with socially isolated older people or with mental health problems. We've shown time and time again the recognition that the preventative work that groups like many in this room do saves the NHS a fortune every year. We are still waiting for the social prescribing investment that is eventually going to come into the sector. We're looking forward to talking more about that one in future. But these are groups which are already hard at work on this stuff. There are huge opportunities. Here's some brilliant examples. So can I invite to the stage the nominees from Barlowmore Community Association, Cracking Good Food, keep the noise going, and Manchester Refugee Support Network. Where are you guys? Come on, Pele. Lots of noise to get them on the stage. Come on. This is the last but one award, so we can get the noise levels right back up again. Come on. Brilliant stuff. Okay, let's start the films.
BMCA Health and Wellbeing Projects is a series of programmes and activities aimed at providing opportunities for members of the local area to come together and socialise, try new things, learn new skills and feel engaged and a part of their community. Each activity and programme is aimed at helping and supporting people and providing key benefits. The Health and Wellbeing Initiative has had a massive impact on attendees. It's things like Men's Den, where we reduce isolation and improve mental health. Cooking on a budget, providing individuals with the skills to cook a balanced meal on a budget. Yoga and box fit, which improve mental and physical health. Eat well, be well, with an aim to improve health, lose weight, and use healthy recipes and exercises that you can complete at home. All of these, plus much more.
Community centre helps me with my mental health, and they are very friendly people.
Great place to go to where they have lots of activities going on. And I think it makes you a lot more confident.
Getting out the house for a bit.
Me out the house and got me to meet plenty of new people, new friends, and it's great. I enjoy all the events that go on
there. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a story, and when we're doing a cooking class, it doesn't matter for that short time. You can forget about why you're here and just concentrate on this. I'm like mega lucky to even be here.
And it's also lovely to meet other people who are in the same position as me, and it really is good for my mental health at this present time.
What happened today, we did some cooking at direct access. A few people had come in and volunteered and we all enjoyed it because it's getting people together and to communicate and get people out of the rooms. Because if we don't have things like this to do, it's just not hopeless. People just sit in the rooms feeling depressed. And we don't want that. We want to see more happy, smiling faces. And this is the sort of thing we need. Just to say I had a good time, let's do it again, hopefully. We'll all sign a petition for you to come back.
It's just a community, everyone's friendly, no one shouting if it's a show or anything like that. So yeah, it's just community, I like the friendship there.
I've made a lot of new friends and communication with different culture, and they came from different country. Next one. This project has been running for the last 5 years. Its main focus is on health-related activities for refugees and asylum seekers. We have got a number of nationalities in here, coming and playing once a week. And as you know, these refugees and asylum seekers, they have come through a difficult journey, and here when they found people like them, trying to communicate, create network, get some information, and also get some exercise, physical exercise as well. So I guess that's why many of them they like it and enjoying here coming every Sunday.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, so voting time. So it's going to be 1 for Bollamore Community Association, 2 for Cracking Good Food, 3 for Manchester Refugee Facility. Start voting now. So, this is going to be your final vote of the evening. So, if you've not voted yet, round 2 starts now. So this award is being supported by Manchester Health and Care Commissioning. And I am particularly chuffed that we have not only the chair, Dr. Ruth Bromley, also known as the Queen of the Twitter Disco, but also the Chief Executive, Ian Williamson. They're both here tonight, so let's welcome them onto the stage to announce the winner. Who's doing the to say the winner is?
Counter your attack on the poor state of health in our city. Is that allowed? I would like to say that health inequalities have narrowed in the last 12 months in Manchester. And also, we've just been sat at our table marvelling at what amazing things go on in our city and in our communities. So it's actually a privilege to be here and celebrate that. And we are very proud to host an award for you. So where do I... Go on.
And the winner of the Health and Wellbeing Award, supported by Manchester Health and Care Commissioning, is your third choice. The winner is Manchester Refugee Support Network. Come on. The louder you clap, the more they smile. I should have thought of that. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. So, that's the last voting for the evening. Thank you for all your voting and your decision-making. We're now on to the final award, which is the Dr. Sylvia Sham Award for the outstanding contribution to the voluntary community and social enterprise sector. This one is picked outright by the judges. This award is for somebody who embodies all that is best about our sector: enthusiasm, creativity, bringing people together, always wanting to do more. And my favourite thing about my job is I get to meet people like this, and they change who I am. This award is named in memory of the winner at our 2015 event, a friend and inspiration to so many of us, Dr. Sylvia Sham, who was Chief Exec at Y-In for many years, and a force of nature who left us far too soon in 2016. And a powerful reminder that it's important to celebrate the people we have around us while we have the opportunity. So, as I say, this award is decided outright by the judges, and this year they have decided they couldn't make a decision. So they wanted to give a special achievement award as well as the main award. So please, a huge, huge round of applause to welcome to the stage Hannah Broughton, who we've made a special prize for. Yep. So this is a special award in recognition of her achievement. Where is she wearing it now? Coming through. So we'll tweet a picture of this out being saved. Well, I won't spoil the surprise because you haven't seen it. Congratulations. Well done, Hannah. So the little thing that we made specially, so Ella McIntosh has made us a little special Spirit of Manchester pin brooch thing. So it's beautiful. If you get a chance, have a look at it. Now, to introduce the winner of this year's Outstanding Contribution Award, please welcome the chair of Macc, Mr. Roger Cairns.
Okay, and the winner of the 2019 Dr. Sylvia Sham Award for contribution to the sector is the Chief Executive of the LBGT Foundation, Mr. Paul Martin, OBE.
I just don't begin to know how to sum up the contribution that Paul has made over the years. He's just always been here.
Over the last 30 years, Paul has literally supported tens of thousands of LGBT people, making their life much better and addressing health inequalities.
When I think about when I first met you back in the 2000s and where the LGBT voluntary sector were then, the leadership that you brought together to bring the LGBT voluntary sector into a really fantastic national partnership that's made an incredible difference.
Many of the rights that we have won and hard fought for over the years would not have been possible without your tireless campaigning.
30 years of activism, determination, persuasion, lots and lots of ideas, cajoling, all the rest of it.
We go back many, many years, and I'm always inspired with all you do for our LGBTQ+ community. It's a pleasure calling you a friend.
Thank you, Paul, for also being a huge ambassador for the voluntary sector, both here in Greater Manchester and nationally. Brilliant, congratulations.
Thank you, Paul!
I realised that this evening was a serious event when I came through the door and saw Mike in a suit. So, it's probably the first... Absolutely. You told me not to wear a suit. Thank you so very, very much for this. I mean, it's just humbling to have my name linked to Sylvia's just one more time. I mean, Mike talked about what a force of nature Sylvia was, and I mean, she would absolutely have adored an event like this. And, you know, we were talking about her during the break, and we miss her very, very much. And being linked to her in this way, thank you very, very much. It's very, very touching. I don't normally talk about my personal story outside of my organisation, but I've been encouraged to do that this evening. So 30 years ago, I was disowned by my father because I was gay, and I was thrown out of the house and made homeless. And I fled to Manchester as a very frightened 21-year-old and met a number of amazing people that helped support me get my life back on track. I spent my first night in Manchester in the Downing Street homeless men's hostel, for those of you that go back that far, and that was quite a frightening thing to do. But of course, not only was I 21 and homeless, but I also had to come out all the time to everybody that I spoke to try and get support. And 30 years ago, there were some people that were brilliant and incredibly supportive, but there were some people that weren't. I think that that's what's really motivated me, first as a volunteer and then more later on as a worker, to kind of give something back. And Ruth said how amazing it was to see the breadth of activity that Manchester has that can call its own as a voluntary sector. I mean, you are inspirational. Every single one of you in this room tonight are winners because you have contributed something really special to the city of Manchester and, most importantly, supporting the people of Manchester. I hope that I've contributed something to that. I mean, what I would really want to do this evening is to just dedicate the award that I've been given to the hundreds of people that I've worked with over the last 30 years. Some of you are in this room tonight. You have taught me amazing things. You have taught me to be a better person. You have taught me to pick myself up when things have gone wrong, and I can't thank you enough. So this award is very, very much for all of the people that we as the LGBT Foundation have worked with over the last 30 years, the hundreds of thousands of people that we provide support to, the millions of people that have relied on our services. So thank you so very, very much for this award. And finally, if I may, I also want to pay tribute to my husband, Pete, because the love of a good man has supported me. And thank you. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Pete, for picking me up every day and encouraging me to see the stars. It's really, really important that we create public spaces for people to talk about the love that they have for the people that they love. And that's so important because 30 years ago, as a young, frightened, 21-year-old homeless gay man, I didn't have those choices. 30 years on, we're in a very, very different place. There's more work to be done, but thank you very much for recognizing this. Thank you.
Brilliant. Proper legend. Yeah, right. That's the awards done. There are more prizes to come, however, because it's time for the raffle. So the Macc staff are going around collecting up the voting buttons. As I said, that's so they don't go missing, so we don't have to replace them. All the money you've raised for the raffle will be going to the Spirit of Manchester Fund. Macc won't take a penny. Now, there are lots of prizes. We're going to have to get through this fast. So to take you through the raffle, I'm going to pass you over to my Deputy Chief Exec from Macc, a man from Wigan who, if you ask him for a double entendre, will give you one, Mr. Martin Preston.
Cheers, mate. Have you all got your raffle tickets?